Fire control measures are the way the commander or subordinate leaders control fires. Applying control measures assist the company in acquiring the enemy, focusing fires on them, distributing the effects, and then preventing fratricide. Remember those provisional SOP measures that we talked about in another video. But there isn't one step that you can just take to control fires. And also, fire control measures are only effective if the entire company understands what is meant and how to employ them. The question for you to research yourself: what are the principles of mission command and how do they apply to fire control measures? For that, go to ATP 3-21.10 for that. Okay, so we have some common fire control measures. We have terrain-based and threat-based control measures. Terrain-based measures focus and control fires on a particular point, line, or area rather than on a specific enemy element. ATP 3-21.10 covers several, but today we'll talk about the quadrant control measures. Quadrants are subdivisions of an area created by superimposing an imaginary pair of perpendicular axes over the terrain to create 4 separate areas. A terrain-based quadrant uses the target reference point, or TRP, to designate the center point of the axes that divide the area into 4 quadrants. And you can use this method in both offense and defensive planning. Here are the examples. In the offense, the axes delineating the quadrants run parallel and perpendicular to the direction of movement. And in the defense, the axes run parallel and perpendicular to the primary orientation. So pay attention to how the quadrants are laid out and how they're labeled, TRPs. And in the defense, we have an engagement area that's designated as well. Again, we have to stress that everyone needs to know how these are labeled so we can communicate efficiently. Then we have threat-based fire control measures. The commander uses threat-based measures to focus and control fires by directing the company to engage a specific enemy element rather than a point or area. For example, I'm sure you've heard about the rules of engagement. Well, that's a threat-based fire control measure. Another example is the weapon safety posture. The key here is the precision of the language used. The unit knows exactly what the commander means when he or she sets the posture at a certain level. Here they are. For example, ammunition loaded means rifle rounds are chambered, machine gun and saw ammo are on the feed tray, bolt locked to the rear, grenade launcher is loaded, and weapons on manual safe. Another, ammunition prepared, magazines, ammo boxes, launcher grenades, and hand grenades prepared, but they're stowed in pouches and vests. Again, important thing to remember is the precise wording. There's no, well, in my last unit, ammunition locked meant something else. That's the big thing about doctrine and why it's important to read doctrine. We have to use the same taxonomy or wording when we communicate, so we can do that efficiently. You've probably heard the phrase, words have meaning. So open up ATP 3-21.10, Infantry Rifle Company, Appendix Charlie to learn more, and you can download your doctrine from the Army Publishing Director website at armypubs.army.mil.